Good afternoon, students. Hi. In this video, I'll explain you the problems of exercise 10.2 of circles chapter. Before going to the chapter, before going to the exercise, I'd like to explain you the theorem. Very, very important theorem in which we apply this theorem in almost all the problems of the exercise. That is, suppose if you have a circle, if you have a point outside the circle, and if you draw tangents to the circle, PQ something R. If you draw two tangents from a point outside the circle, then PQ will be equal to PR. This is RTP. And this proof is also very, very important. That means the length of the tangents drawn from an external point to the circle are equal. Because you can draw only two tangents and those two tangents lengths are also equal. Anywhere, if you draw tangent from here also, like this, these two lengths should be equal. PQ should be equal to PR. Okay, and from anywhere outside the circle, if you draw that, I'll prove this. Okay, first of all, what we do, construction, little construction is required here. That's it. Just join OQ and OR. Join OQ and OR. Okay, if I join OQ and OR, clearly angle OQP is equal to angle ORP is equal to 90 degrees. Why? Because we have proved in the previous video that the line joining the point of contact to the center or the radius is always perpendicular to the tangent to the circle. So the tangent is always perpendicular to the radius. So this is 90 and this is 90. And also join OP. Okay. Now if I compare the triangles triangles OQP and ORP. So if I compare these two triangles, clearly OQ is equal to OR because these are radius. The radius is same in a circle, and also it is OP is equal to OP, which is a common side for both the triangles. Okay, two sides are equal. Now, it is a right angle triangle. From RHS, you know the RHS property of a triangle, I'll remind you. The one right angle, if in a right angle triangle, the hypotenuse and one side of the triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and the other side of the triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. RHS property says that if in two right angle triangles, the hypotenuse and one side of a right angle triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and the other side of the triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Here, what is hypotenuse? OP is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is same for both of them, and one side of the triangle is also same in both of them. Therefore, what you can say that triangle OQP is congruent to triangle ORP. This triangle is congruent to this triangle. When triangles are congruent, all the angles should be equal. Similarly, all the sides are also equal. Therefore, already OQ is equal to OR, already OP is the same side. Therefore, whatever left, PQ is equal to PR. So, what you learn from this property, this theorem, the tangents drawn from an external point to the circle are always of equal length. Okay? Okay, first question. From a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 and the distance of Q from the center is, see, from a point Q, the length of the tangents drawn to a circle is 24 and from the center, the distance of Q. Distance Q from the center is 25. This is 25. What is the radius? You have to find out this. See, always this is 90. This is 90 and this is the hypotenuse. Let's apply Pythagoras. R square plus 24 square is 25 square. R square equal to 625 minus 576. It is 49. R is equal to 7. Right? Next question. You have given a figure there. There is a figure given here. And tangents are drawn from point T T, P and Q, and this is 110 degrees. It is given like this. So angle PTQ, what will be angle PTQ? What will be angle here? See, clearly we know that this is 90, this is 90, and POTQ is a quadrilateral. So what happens in the quadrilateral? All the sum of the angles should be equal to 360. So 90 plus 110 plus 90 plus x, let us take it as x, is equal to 360. So it becomes 180 and this becomes 290. 290 plus x is equal to 360. So x equal to 360 minus 290. It is of 70 degrees. Okay. Next question. Tangents P and BB are drawn from a point P to the circle inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degrees. Angle POA is equal to, see, tangents are drawn PA and PB. This is O. And they ask us to find out angle POA. And they are inclined at an angle 80 degrees. See, if the whole angle is 80, it will be 40 and it will be 40 because we proved that these two triangles are congruent. These two triangles are congruent according to RHS property. So this is 40 and this is 40 and we know this is 90. So according to from triangle AOP, let us take this as x. 90 plus x plus 40 will be equal to 180. So x will be 180 minus 130, this will be 50. See the fourth one, we are asked to prove that tangents drawn at the ends of the diameter are parallel. So let us take the tangents at the ends of diameter. Let us take AB as a diameter and this x, y and x dash, y dash are the tangents. This is the center O. Let us write this. Let AB is the diameter, xy and x dash y dash are two tangents at A and B respectively. Now we have to prove that, what we have to prove? These two are parallel. So clearly what you can say is, for parallel what we can prove? We know this is 90 degrees, agree? Clearly, according to the property of radius and the tangent property, angle YAO is equal to 90. Also it is equal to angle X dash BO. This is, when these two angles are same, according to alternate angles, these two lines are parallel. Do you agree? And you can also say that angle XAO is 90. This is also 90. This should be equal to this 90 is equal to angle Y dash BO. So from this also any one is enough actually. Therefore you can say that therefore XY is parallel to X dash Y dash. Okay. See, this is the one which we have to prove. What did they say? The perpendicular drawn from the point of contact to the circle always passes through the center of the circle. This one which we proved already. See, suppose if you draw a perpendicular, this is a tangent. Let xy is a tangent. Let xy is a tangent at P. At P. Now, what is RTP? Perpendicular at P passes through center. Okay. Let us take join OP. And let us assume wrong thing. Let us assume perpendicular at P do not pass through center. Let us assume wrong. Do not pass through center. Suppose if do not pass through center, it should pass through some other point. No, it passes through some O dash. So let us take O dash here. O dash. Okay. Now, but what we know, the radius is always perpendicular to the. So suppose if this is the perpendicular I take, then angle O dash PY should be equal to 90. Angle O dash PY is 90. So keep it like that. 1. But what we know that radius always perpendicular to tangent at the point of contact. So angle OPY should also be equal to 90. Both are 90. So if I equate both, O dash PY is equal to OPY, which is not true. But it will be true. If O dash is equal to O. That means there should not be two different points. O dash equal to O means what is happening here? The perpendicular always passes through center. Of a circle. This is the thing. Okay? Very important theorem, guys. This looks a little confused, but be careful. Only the property is the basic property that I have taught in the starting of the video. That means not in this video, the previous 10.1 video. The tangent is always perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. Okay? See the sixth question. What did they say? The length of a tangent from a point at a distance 5 from the center is 4. Say from the center the distance is 5 and the length of the tangent is 4. Find the radius. Just Pythagoras, this is 90 always. So r square plus 4 square is 5 square. So r square is equal to 9. R is equal to 3. Now next question, 7th question. Two concentric circles of radius 5 and 3. See, one is of radius 5, the other one is of radius 3. Okay. Now what did they say? Find the length of the chord of the circle, larger circle which touches the smaller circle. See, if I take the chord of the big circle like this, AB, and it should be tangent to the small circle. Now this is the center, common center to both the circles. This is 5 and this is 3. And we are asked to find out the length of the chord of, that means length of AB. So let us take this as x and x. See, clearly this is 90. Why? Because this is a radius. The radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. So if this is 90, you can apply Pythagoras here. X square plus 3 square is equal to 5 square. So x square equal to 16. X equal to 4. When x is equal to 4, length AB will be 2x. And it will be 2 into 4. It is 8. Okay. Right. Look here in the 8th question. What did they say? They gave a there is a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle. Quadrilateral ABCD circumscribing a circle. And that means it is touching. Circumscribing means touching all the sides of a quadrilateral. Now we have to do that AB plus CD is equal to AD plus BC, and we just apply the property. I'll tell you the logic also behind this. First of all, we prove like only thing that we apply here is the tangents drawn from an external point are equal. So no construction is required here. See, the tangents drawn from external point are equal. That is the only thing we apply here. See, AP is equal to AS because it is the tangent from A. In the same way, BP is equal to PQ. In the same way, CR is equal to CQ. Also, DR is equal to DS. CR equal to CQ, DR equal to DS. Now, add on on both sides. it becomes AP plus BP plus CR plus DR is equal to AS plus BQ plus CQ plus DS. Okay? Now, AP plus BP is nothing but AB. And CR plus DR is nothing but CD. And AS plus DS, see AS plus DS, AS and DS. AS and DS will be equal to AD. And BQ plus CQ becomes BC. That's it. Okay? Now, in the 11th question or 10th question, you'll be asked to prove that tangents are parallel. I mean, the rhombus becomes a square. In that also we apply the same. I'll do that when we get that. Okay? See, in the 9th question, they are given figure like this. XY and X dash Y dash are the tangents. And AB is also tangent, meeting where the point of contact is at C. And we have to prove that RTP angle AOC is equal to 90. We have to prove that angle AOB is equal to 90. This we have to prove that 90. Okay. Further, the little construction, only one thing, that to join OC. Only OC you join. When we join OC, just mark the angles like 1, 2, 3, 4. So your RTP becomes like, what is your RTP now? Angle 2 plus angle 3 should be equal to 90. That's what we have to prove. Okay. Now, when you see the triangles, compare the triangles. POA and AOC. POA and AOC. What you can say? AP is equal to AC because these are the tangents. AP is equal to AC, these are the tangents. And OP is equal to OC because these are the radius. OP is equal to OC, these are the radius. See, now AP and OP, these are the radius and these are the tangents. Now, OA is the common side. Common side. That means all the three sides are equal. That what you can say, triangle POA is congruent to triangle AOC. This triangle is congruent to this triangle. So when these two triangles are congruent, directly you can say that angle 1 equal to angle 2. Similarly, what you can say, these two triangles are also congruent. Similarly, triangle BOC is congruent to triangle QOB. Therefore, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Now, see, PQ is a diameter. That means it's a line. It is a line. On a line, what happens, all the angles sum should be equal to 180. Agree? But angle 1 equal to angle 2. I write, keep angle 2 like that because we need in terms of angle 2 and 3. Angle 4, I write angle 3. So this becomes 2 into angle 2 plus angle 3. It becomes 180. So angle 2 plus angle 3 becomes 90. Okay? See, in this problem, in 10th question, what did they say? They asked us to prove these two sum is 90 degrees. Angle between the tangents drawn an external point from an external point is supplementary to the angles angle from the center subtended by the line segment joining the points of contact to the center. Point of contact at the center. These two. Clearly see, AOBP is a quadrilateral. And also we know that this is 90. This is also 90. So in a quadrilateral, what happens? Let us take this as x and this as y. 90 plus x plus 90 plus y is equal to 360. The sum of the angles in a quadrilateral. So x plus y will be equal to 180. Therefore, these two are supplementary. That's it. See, in the 11th question, what did they say? A parallelogram circumscribing a circle. A parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. What is the difference between parallelogram and a rhombus? Parallelogram means circumscribing means touching all the sides. So A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Let us assume A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. Parallelogram means what the thing happens is opposite sides are equal. AB equal to DC, AD equal to BC. And we have to prove that what is RTP here required to prove is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. To prove that a parallelogram to be a rhombus, all the sides should be equal. That means AB is equal to BC equal to CD is equal to AD, or DC or CD, anything you can take. DC is equal to AD. We have to prove that all the sides are equal. For that thing, we apply the only property of tangents, length of the tangents property. See, these are the, let us take that point of context as PQRS. The same way that how we did in 8th problem we do here. See clearly, AP is equal to AS, AP is equal to AS, also BP is equal to BQ, and also DR is equal to DS, DR is equal to DS, and CR is equal to CQ, CR equal to CQ. Now adding on both sides. It becomes AP plus BP plus DR plus CR is equal to AS plus BQ plus DS plus CQ. Now, what happens AB plus DP? It becomes AB and this becomes CD, and AS plus DS becomes AD, and BQ plus CQ becomes BC. Now, but from the condition of parallelogram, what happens? AP equal to DC, no? So you can also take it as AB plus AB, and this you can take AD as BC, BC plus BC. Now 2AB is equal to 2BC. That means AB is equal to BC. See what happened in parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, and we proved that one side is equal to the other side also. When AB is equal to BC, but AB is equal to DC from given, this implies AB is equal to DC, but BC is equal to AD. So all the sides are equal. So what you can say that ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. Okay. See, in this question, 12th question, a triangle is given circumscribing a circle with this dimensions like this. Radius of the circle is 4, and you are asked to find the sides AB and AC. AB, AC. We know this is 6. If this is 6, obviously this will be 6, and this is 8, obviously this will be 8. Let us name PQRS. PQR. And if this is X, this will be X, because these are the lengths of the tangents. Okay. Now we'll go with the Heron's formula on one side, and one side we go with half into base divided. First of all, we divide the whole triangle into 3 parts. 1 part, 2 part, 3 part O. Now what I do is just join OQ and OR also. So first of all, let us write all the sides first. So we take small a as a length BC. What is length BC? It is 8 plus 6, 14. Small b as length AC. It is 6 plus x. Small c as length AB. It is 8 plus x. So S is the semi-perimeter. So A plus B plus C by 2. Half of the perimeter. Okay. Now it becomes 14 plus 6 plus x plus 8 plus x by 2. It becomes 2 into 14 plus x by 2. S is 14 plus x. Now what we do is area of triangle ABC on the left hand side is equal to area of triangle OBC plus triangle OAB plus triangle OAC. This is what we apply. In the left hand side I apply the Heron's formula. That is root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. And here area of triangle OBC means half into base. Base is 14 into height is 4. And the height is 4 in all because it is the radius. For the next one, OAB half into base is 8 plus x. If I take base 8 plus x, height will be 4. For the third set, base is 6 plus x, height will be 4, it will be 2, it will be 2, it will be 2. Guys, please pause this video, take the screenshot, I will rub the upper part and I will go. Okay. Now left hand side becomes square root of, okay, I will do here. Left hand side becomes square root of, s means 14 plus x, s minus a, that means 14 plus x minus a is 14. So 14 plus x minus b is 6 plus x. 14 plus x minus c minus 8 plus x is equal to, so 2 common in all the things, all the 3 things, you will have 14 plus 8 plus x plus 6 plus x. Now the left hand side becomes again 14 plus x into, here 14 gets cancelled, x, here x gets cancelled, here also x gets cancelled, it becomes 8 into 6 is equal to 2 into, again you can take 2 common here, it becomes 14 plus x again. Now I remove here, left hand side it becomes 14 plus x into 8 into 6, it becomes 4 into 14 plus x whole square. When you square on both sides, squaring on both sides. One of the 14 plus x gets cancelled, 4 2 times, so it becomes, sorry, when you square it becomes 14 plus x, 8 and 6, it becomes 4 square, no, 16 into 14 plus x, I am sorry, whole square. One of the 14 plus x gets cancelled, 8 it becomes 2 times, 2 it becomes 3 times, 3x equal to 14 plus x, bring it here, 3x minus x is 14, 2x is equal to 14, x is equal to 7. When x is equal to 7, what is AC? 6 plus x, 6 plus 7, 13. And what is AB? AB is 8 plus x, 8 plus 7, that is 15. See, in the 13th question, what we have to prove is the opposite sides subtends an angle, supplementary angle at the center of the circle. That means this plus this should be equal to 180. That's what we have to prove. Opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle, subtend supplementary angles at the center. These two sides make. Further thing what we do is just take PQRS and join that point of contact with the center and name the angles like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what is your RTP here? Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 we have to prove. So what we do here is we just compare, this is O, center take it as O. Now compare the triangles ORC and OQC. ORC and OQC. See, these two are congruent. Congruent means because OR is equal to OQ is equal to radius and OC is equal to OC common side, and also CR is equal to CQ because the tangents, length of the tangents are equal. Therefore, triangle ORC is congruent to triangle OQC. When two triangles are congruent, angle 2 equal to angle 3. Similarly, we can prove that angle 4 equal to angle 5, angle 6 is equal to angle 7, angle 8 equal to angle 1. Okay. Now, this is a circle. So, sum of all the angles should be equal to 360. 6, angle 7 plus angle 8 equal to 360. Now, let us replace all. We need what? We need 5 and 6, 1 and 2. No, don't change 1, 2, 5, 6. So, angle 3 can be taken as angle 2. Angle 4 can be taken as angle 5. Angle 5 don't change. Angle 6 also don't change. Angle 7 can be taken as angle 6. Angle 8 can be taken as angle 1. Because we need the answer in terms of 1, 2, 5, 6. So, I have changed everything in terms of 1, 2, 5, 6. If I take 2 common, Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 360. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. So the angle is 180. Sum of the angles is 180. We call them as a supplementary angles. All the best, guys.